Dear, today I am filled with sadness, not from grief or pain or hurt. I'm just sad without reason. What is difficult? I have lots of days such as these. Times I can break out of them with ease. Other moments I am wanting to rip away from my own skin, aching to rid myself from this sadness. I'm afraid you will try to make me feel better, and I'll feel guilty. I'll feel guilty if I am numb to your touch, if your words do not reach me, if you feel you fail to take away my sadness. If you turn sad because of me, I'll feel hurt. Love, I am learning you will not always understand who I am. Also, I am learning I must always give you a chance to understand. I have failed by being ashamed to speak of this. I have failed by pretending I am not sad. I have failed by not letting people in. Dear, I do not need you to solve me, nor will I ask for such. Only ask we are mindful of each other. Do not care for me if I am out of your capacity. Should you leave because of all of this, I will not beg you to return. Should you stay, I will not beg you to leave. So yeah. How are you with Mike? Are we okay? Can we hear? Is it better this way? All right, let's go. So yeah. Masculinity so tender. Father kisses soft lips unto newborn son. Masculinity so tender, boy receives feathers of affirmations, takes leaps where fathers only knew borders and fences. Boy becomes a flight of imagination. Masculinity so tender, young man of ocean gathers his mountains of tribulations, arms sway for millenniums, until mountains lull into boulders, until boulders cradle into rocks, until rocks dream into sand. Masculinity so tender, fire carried inside of a man, knows he could warm and care, yet monitors his rage, which has burned recklessly forests into ashes of regrets. Masculinity so tender, when isolated and inactive, can frost into a glacier, statue himself frozen, loses reason to thaw himself out of the stiff bleakness. Masculinity so tender. With masculinity so tender, I once saw a man with masculinity so fragile. I saw a hurt boy shelled inside an egg of a man, how his clenched fist of knuckles wanted to destroy me. Could not believe I existed, thought I was a virus to his way of living, needed me to be broken like him. So I heard his anger, which led me to his hurt, that spoke of an absent love. I surrendered space for him, witnessed him give permission to himself to heal, to learn, to know tenderness. Masculinity so tender, awoke the femininity that was never separate, bridged together, creating potential rather than limitations, dismantled the disconnection between heart and mind, grown to love the singularity of oneself, while acknowledging my interconnection with the wholeness, which I am always a part of, to be nothing and everything, a synchronism of discorded harmony. So yeah. Lorenz. Yes, Grandma. What time is it? 2:30, Grandma. You sure? Yes, Nanay. Lorenz. Yes, Grandma. You sleeping? No, Nanay, but you should be. I'll pry open my eyes for my deepest sleep if I heard you calling my name. I at times would get mad at the situation, but I'll pull myself back enough not to be mad at you. For you, I'll remember the past and retrieve the times you have been there for me. who gave me love when I was a brat. When my mom was working graveyard shift, you graciously took her role at night. I watched you play solitaire, shuffling bicycle cards, feeling the small gush of breeze hit my face as you arched the cards together. When I was a child, I would cry to you from uncertain nightmares. Now I comfort you as you try to figure where reality is. I'll change the dynamic of our relationship because our love for one another has never changed. You make me feel needed in return. I make you feel wanted in my life. We'll watch folks spin the wheel trying to get close to that dollar. I'll chant for folks to keep on gambling for $1 million. I just tell them to be content with what they have. We'll share a laugh, a tear, a moment, watching the angles go through a series of adventure. I'll sing along quietly as you run your fingers through that rosary while a congregation recites the song, The Divine Mercy. I miss the scent of you cooking garlic fried rice with our lunch until such a simple task became strenuous. Just like you, I get worried. Before, I used to wonder late at night when I'll be home. Now I wonder in the dark room we share if you're all right. You okay, Grandma? Not today, anak. What's wrong, Nanay? I'm dizzy. Did you drink water? Not that much. Grandma, why not? Because I have to go to the bathroom. And I don't want to bother you, anak. Nanay, you can bother me all you want. So this is the last piece, and thank you all. So, what happens when you no longer trust your memory? When your memory no longer trusts you? What happens when your memory refuses to be vivid, removing all colors because you keep replaying the memory over and over? What happens when your memory removes all shapes and lines, refuses to be clear, becomes simply blurry every time you retrieve it? What happens when your memory leaves you, asks you to quit following for them? What happens when a memory takes the soft part of your heart, tells you to remain while they go? What happens when your memory claims you unsacred, calls you too broken of a temple? What happens when your memory becomes distant, manifests into the destination you can no longer reach? What happens when your memory begs you to quit remembering, knows you are hurting, yet it goes? You stay and pray. Even if the prayers feel broken, you pray anyway. You be still and sing. Voice chants, eventually cracks, splits into fault lines, turns into a valley, a canyon. You let go, trying to find memory. Instead, find a self wanting, waiting for you. And you move on. You breathe and offer peace for yourself. You breathe and become peace for yourself. You move forth. You stumble, get up, and move forth. You be kind to yourself. You invite kindness and be present when it is offered. Memory finds reasons to return to you, brings a heart you thought you lost. You continue to move. You go. Keep going. You love. You always love. So.